In global discussions about climate change, we often hear about melting ice caps, rising sea levels, and extreme weather events. We talk about climate refugees, droughts, famines, floods, and failing crops. But what we rarely hear is how these disasters affect something as natural and fundamental as menstruation. Climate change and its disruptive impact. Let me start with the broader picture. According to the IPCC, our planet is experiencing an alarming rise in greenhouse gas emissions. These emissions are causing more frequent and intense floods, droughts, cyclones, and wildfires. Rising sea levels, displacement of millions, with over 7 million climate-displaced people in 2020 alone. And while these impacts affect everyone, they do not affect everyone equally. Women and girls, particularly those in rural, low-income communities, bear a disproportionate burden. They are 14 times more likely to die in a climate disaster in highly gender inequitable societies, often excluded from climate disaster response plans, forced into early marriage or school dropout when their families struggle post-disaster. The hidden crisis, menstrual health. In these conditions, menstrual health becomes a crisis within a crisis. Menstrual health, defined as the ability to manage menstruation safely, hygienically, and with dignity, requires clean water, private sanitation facilities, access to affordable menstrual products, safe disposal options. But when floods wash away toilets, when droughts dry up wells, when conflict forces families to flee, all of this collapses. Women and girls are left without pads or cloth, water to clean themselves, safe spaces to change, privacy or dignity. Displaced from their homes or living in relief shelters, many suffer in silence. In countries like Bangladesh, Mozambique, and India, research shows that cyclone shelters and flood camps often lack even basic menstrual hygiene support. Imagine trying to manage your period in a crowded, open shelter. No water, no soap, no separate toilets, no waste bins. This is the harsh reality for millions. Findings from research. In her powerful thesis, Emma Moore from Columbia University conducted an extensive literature review and uncovered 5 recurring themes. 1. Climate events worsen menstrual experiences, leading to shame, infections, and missed education or work. 2. Extreme weather disrupts access to menstrual products, especially where markets collapse or supply chains break down. 3. Disasters halt ongoing menstrual health programs, which are rarely prioritized in emergencies. 4. Water scarcity, worsened by climate change, directly impacts menstrual hygiene. 5. Sustainable, emergency-ready interventions are possible, but currently rare. Similarly, the 2025 Frontiers article, The Ripple Effect, points to how climate change is rarely factored into menstrual health planning, and vice versa. The authors advocate for a climate-resilient menstrual health system, one that ensures sustainable product access, integrated education, strong wash infrastructure, supportive community norms, gender-sensitive policy inclusion, gender inequity amplified. Underlying all of this is systemic gender inequity. Women and girls collect water, care for children, cook, and farm, are underrepresented in disaster decision-making, often cannot relocate or seek help due to social norms. When climate stress hits, it hits their bodies, their rights, and their futures. The feminist theory, as outlined in Moore's thesis, helps us frame this. Climate change is not just a natural crisis, it's a social and structural one. It exposes and worsens existing power imbalances. If we ignore menstrual health, we silence millions of voices. We prevent girls from going to school. We deny women safe work environments. We risk infections, shame, isolation, and even gender-based violence. But there is hope and a way forward. We must design climate disaster responses that include menstrual health kits, washing facilities, and privacy zones. Train relief workers to understand menstrual health needs. Support local production of reusable products to reduce dependency on disrupted supply chains. Educate communities, not just girls, about menstruation to reduce stigma and increase resilience. Invest in policies that integrate menstrual health into national climate and disaster adaptation plans. Menstrual health is not a luxury, and it's not a side issue. It's a core part of health, equity, and dignity. As global citizens, policymakers, researchers, and advocates, we must ensure that no woman or girl is left behind in the fight against climate change.